Welcome back. We are once again continuing the series of Always Blame the Hormone on my YouTube channel. And now we are on chapter number 4, which is very important, and that is peri or pre-menopause. I have combined this along with menopause as well, and after menopause we are going to be touching upon the female athlete. So keep watching, and this definitely is a very interesting topic. Now, pre-perimenopause, like we call it, is something that can start happening around the mid 40s. It's also a case that can go on for someone for a year, or it can go up to even 6 years. We cannot call a female to be menopaused until she's had one entire year of no menstrual cycle, and hence perimenopause is a phase that can go on very longer. So till the female has not hit menopause, they are considered to be in fluctuation of hormones with irregularity in period, and hence in the state of peri or pre-menopause. So something that goes on from 1 to 6 years, predominantly happening due to the estrogen fluctuation. Now, the hormone cycle that I've spoken about in the previous slide, where there is this entire dependence that is happening of hormones, somewhere around here there is a huge high and low of estrogen that keeps on happening. And one of the reasons for the various symptoms that are happening is related to this estrogen hormone. So when we look at the physical issues that female go through, such as weight loss, inch loss, does this actually happen? Is this even possible during the perimenopausal phase? The kind of training strategy that we should be applying in order to achieve one of these two. So my answer to this is, it is not difficult to lose weight during this phase. However, it requires a lot of effort. It is slightly more challenging than a 16-year-old who doesn't have any kind of hormonal issue. So when you hit this particular phase, when I work with my clients who are in an existing peri or a pre-menopause phase, I am constantly striving to convince them into accepting and arresting their weight. The body metabolically is slowing down, and hence to compare your own self to probably 10 years before, your speed of weight loss or inch loss or transformation, it just cannot be seen. It is a hormonal disturbance which takes time to settle, and the best is to accept the phase more gracefully. So you would observe that there is a little bit of inch loss. Your body starts responding in terms of looking fitter, looking better, but the scale, the fluctuation on the scale is tremendous. What kind of training strategy should we apply then? Should we be doing resistance training, hardcore workouts? Should we be doing high intensity interval training? Should we take up running as one of those ways to lose weight? So research has shown that fundamentally doing anything that makes a female happy in this phase, so any kind of workout that is leisurely, a happy leisure walk for instance, can work as well. Something as simple as that can help you with weight loss. And doing a little bit of high intensity interval training, because fat loss can be achieved by an extra fat burn, and high intensity interval training work phenomenal with fat burn. So a little combination of these two can work in order to achieve inch loss and definitely arrest any further weight gain. So what also we observe in the pre-perimenopause phase are these symptoms, the PMS type symptoms, the monthly patterns in a much more exaggerated symptomatic form. And some common ones are excess gas and bloat, tremendous mood swings. Mood swings on a monthly pattern are something that we can handle, but something that is happening every single day can be very frustrating. You might see a lot of bloat and water retention. It could be on the fingers, on the face, on the legs, or just at the center on your belly. Constipation, because GI disturbance is very common, that also I have spoken about in one of the phases before, where I was talking about the speed of the food through the gastrointestinal transit time reduces when the LH levels are lower, and that is something that happens here because of the low estrogen. The LH levels are also reducing. and headaches. This is also one of the symptoms that we observe. So these are the PMS type symptoms. Now when I am in this phase, broadly, how do I deal? What should be my nutritional strategy? And the most important one is multivitamins, and specifically B vitamins, and in B vitamins, to be more specific, a vitamin B6. Combination of all this seems to be working on energy balance and certain kind of hormone balance as well. Making sure that calcium and vitamin D is always at peak, because with the estrogen fluctuation there is a lot of leaching of calcium that happens from the bone, so you do not want to get into osteopenia or further osteoporosis. When specifically we are looking at symptoms, we don't have any hardcore evidence on things that work with mood swings and basic pattern PMS symptoms, but there are few that do help us. For instance, vitamin E, primrose oil, black cohosh. Again, we don't have any hardcore evidence, but we also know that it doesn't have any very high side effects, and ashwagandha. So these kind of vitamin inclusions can also help. They will definitely not have any side effect. You want to be on foods that are low on glycemic index, because like I had explained earlier, with the change in the estrogen level there can also be an issue with the insulin level when we were discussing PCOS and PCOD. So making sure that you are on a very low carbohydrate diet, and even if low carbohydrate, even if the nutritionist has planned a balanced carbohydrate, make sure it is low on GI. And bringing in phytoestrogen, specifically soy, in the diet, that can help you balance, but you need to understand the quantity, and hence adding it in your diet 2 to 3 times a week is a safe inclusion. But if you decide to consume anything more than that, I would strongly suggest discuss it with your nutritionist or your gynec on the amount of phytoestrogen that you're planning to add in the diet. And lastly, anti-inflammatory foods, because the liver goes through a lot of cleansing that is needed after the hormones are at peak. So at this point, giving that liver a rest as well and not being on highly refined foods would also help with this phase. So here we are with the peri and the pre-menopause. Hope this information helps. Don't forget to hashtag healthy Hindustan and keep watching, because I'm going to continue on menopause and female athlete on the series.